The city of Detroit had always been a battleground, but tonight, it would witness a war unlike any before. The air was thick with smoke, the streets littered with the wreckage of abandoned vehicles. Somewhere in the shadows, an unfeeling machine stalked its prey. The T-800, a relentless killing machine built by Skynet, stepped through the debris, scanning the environment with cold, red eyes. Its mission was clear: eliminate Robocop. Skynet had detected a potential threat in OCP's cybernetic law enforcer. Robocop, also known as Officer Alex Murphy, had proven himself more than just a machine. He retained his humanity, something that Skynet deemed dangerous. Meanwhile, within the OCP headquarters, Robocop received an alert. A heavily armed intruder had been detected near the precinct. His internal systems flickered with data as he analyzed the threat. The readings were off the charts. Whoever this was, they weren't human. He stepped out of the precinct, his metallic feet clanking against the pavement. The battle was inevitable. As Robocop approached an abandoned intersection, the T-800 emerged from the shadows, towering and menacing. Its face, eerily human, was expressionless. A cold voice broke the silence. Target identified: Robocop. Terminate. Robocop's HUD flashed warnings. The enemy was heavily armed, but so was he. Raising his Auto-9 pistol, he locked onto the T-800. Dead or alive, you're coming with me. The T-800 didn't waste time on words. It raised its phased plasma rifle and fired. The blast struck Robocop's chest, sending sparks flying. His armor absorbed the impact, but the force knocked him back. He quickly recalibrated and returned fire. Bullets riddled the T-800's body, but it barely flinched. The machine advanced methodically, each step crushing the pavement beneath it. It lunged, swinging its metal fist. Robocop barely dodged, countering with a punch that dented the T-800's faceplate. But unlike human opponents, the Terminator felt no pain, no hesitation. It grabbed Robocop and hurled him into a crumbling brick wall. The dust hadn't even settled before Robocop was back on his feet. His targeting system locked onto the T-800's exposed servos, firing precisely. The Terminator staggered slightly, but its endoskeleton reinforced its structure. It was an endurance battle, and neither side was willing to back down. Sirens wailed in the distance. The Detroit Police Department had detected the firefight, but this was beyond their jurisdiction. Two titans clashed, trading blows that would shatter a normal man's bones. Sparks flew as steel met steel, their strength evenly matched. Robocop deployed his data spike, aiming for a critical strike. The T-800, anticipating the move, grabbed his arm and twisted, causing a metallic groan. With inhuman strength, the Terminator slammed Robocop onto a wrecked car. Glass shattered, metal crumpled, but Murphy was not finished. He fired his pistol point-blank into the T-800's exposed eye, the impact forcing the machine to momentarily step back. Assessing the damage, the Terminator's internal system calculated a shift in tactics. It scanned the environment and detected a nearby power station. If it could overload Robocop's system, it would gain the advantage. Moving with mechanical precision, it led the battle toward the industrial sector. Robocop followed, his damaged servos whining as he moved. He had sustained heavy damage, but retreat was not an option. This was his city, and he would not let it fall to a foreign machine. The power station loomed ahead. The T-800 reached out, grabbing a high-voltage cable. Sparks erupted as it tore the wire free, electricity crackling in the air. With a calculated throw, it lashed the cable at Robocop, sending thousands of volts surging through his cybernetic body.
Robocop convulsed, his system screaming in protest. Warnings flooded his HUD, but his willpower overrode the shutdown sequence. Gritting his metallic jaw, he tore the cable from his chest, his optics flickering momentarily. The T-800 advanced with final strike, but Robocop had one last move. Summoning the last reserves of his strength, he activated his arm-mounted data spike and plunged it directly into the T-800's skull. Sparks erupted as the machine system scrambled. It twitched, trying to process the sudden data breach, but it was too late. Robocop had injected a viral override, disrupting Skynet's control. The T-800's red eyes flickered, then dimmed as its body powered down. Falling to ground with a heavy thud, Smoke curled from its damaged circuits. Robocop stood over the defeated Terminator, his systems barely holding together. His mission was complete. For now, Detroit was safe. But he knew this was just the beginning.